Janet and Laverne, they both go to universities, and they are hired. That's how they make a living. Part of how they, but Janet, that's how she makes a living. She gets invited to speak to colleges, to Harvard. She goes to Rutgers. She goes to all these colleges and she tells everything. So we owe her a lot, which is the one, this is the only, the first transgender woman who was featured in Mary Claire. She came out in Mary Claire as a baby, and they took her story, which is amazing because they never took any transgender people. So Jet Magazine, SS Magazine, they consider her just one of the girls, which is very and I really believe that BET and other media, African American media, they're going to embrace it as well, because that's like the ultimate frontier. BET doesn't even talk about it,
Yeah. Well, she used to work for Marie Claire.
Janet, yes. That's
people.
She reported her immunization process in the magazine. I have no idea. We don't talk, ladies don't talk about age, ladies don't talk about nothing, okay? So she's gorgeous. Laverne, she got here from, what's it name, Atlanta?
Alabama.
I don't know, I don't know geography or something. And
Is she going to Tuskegee?
She was like any of you. She was a club kid.
Alabama State.
All about fashion. She was a Barbie. When I see her pictures from that time, she had a waist this big. She got oh my God, she was like flawless. I know that she's not anymore, but I'm talking about perfect. I don't know if anybody knows the supermodel Connie Girl. That type. She didn't do runways and stuff like Connie Girl, but and she just be very determined because the only choice that they give
Other door.
is reality television. It's just
The other door. Huh?
The only thing that Laverne was able to get, the only thing Laverne was able to get was reality television. It was called Transforming. A freaking nightmare because that's all they care about. They want to see the transformation.
Actually, she was on I Want to Work for Diddy.
Oh, that's later.
I heard that. Yeah.
Well, I Want to Work for Diddy came first and then.
Oh yeah. Okay. So she got transformed. I don't know. I don't watch the.
Yeah, I remember.
Thank you for it. So so she worked for P Diddy and that VH1 show. I Want to Work for P Diddy. And she stole the camera. She's like a lot of people they remember her from her. From that moment on, she got so many followers on Twitter, Facebook, and stuff like that. It's just amazing. And we all know reality television is the kiss of death. Very few have actually recovered from it because it's just so, they don't see you as a more than pop culture icon. It's very rare that they come out and get real jobs.
I don't know if it'd be the kiss of death because it still gives people a catapult to be in the camera that normally wouldn't have a chance.
Of course, but if you want to be an actress, this is
it's a kiss. It's still a kiss.
It opens the door a little bit, and it's actually used to just blast it right open and leave it open, and for other girls behind her, it is it's not only that they're African American. She's not only African American. She's transgender. She's a double winner. And we know black actresses, they're struggle. They're only getting the jobs of I don't even want to get into that. So she getting Orange Is the New Black. It was a dream come true because. Once again, she stole the show. It was about the white girl. Ariela, can you give her one of these? And it was supposed to be about the white girl, and stuff like that, the star, And,
Well, actually, you're talking about Orange Is the New Black. Orange Is the New Black is it's pretty much from the privileged white girl's narrative. So it's really her. it's not really.
Her show.
It's really her show, so it's really like they're like background and it's supposed to be ensemble cast, but at the same time the sensitivity is not there when it comes to the other members like it is when it comes to her. Like they go more into detail with her and her boyfriend, her family, and all that, and they don't do that with the other characters. So it is somewhat problematic, because it's speaking from her. You don't have to put it on me.
Go ahead, talk, boo boo.
It's speaking from the perspective of the main character and not necessarily from the ensemble cast.
Yeah, because I remember one time at the Orange, they had an episode on Orange and Black, and they had showed where she started transitioning
I saw that one.
and how she was
That was her
married,
twin brother.
her son,
No.
her wife, and what they had got her for was credit cards.
Yeah.
And see, they showed that's like, to be a trans woman, that's what they're going to show her portraying. You know what I'm saying? Like, all trans women.
Everybody out there has done something big. Whether they're Latinas, or the African Americans, or the Caucasians, they have done either white collar crime or blue collar crime, whatever they call it. So they're all like the same. In the can, everybody's the same, which is like that's the beauty of it all. It's not the African American in jail. Everybody's in jail. The white ones and everybody. So she definitely stole the show, and she was just named today by Time Magazine the most influential character on television. Sophia Bustrell, whatever her name is. Anyway. I met Laverne, because at the time I was thinking about going to the United Nations, and I just contacted her, and she said, okay, meet me tomorrow. We spent almost 3 hours talking about stuff, and it was like she was listening, and this was way before Orange is the New Black, so it's like, amazing. I mean, the same with Janet, Janet has this quality that she remembers every one of us once she meets them, and that's what she gets devastated every time. Like Erica Morgan, I was right there the day that she got killed because Janet got an award from Anti-Violence Project, the Courage Award, and she couldn't say her speech. She was just crying, and she remembered Erica like she sees her every day. She said, I met her at Rutgers, she told me all about her dreams and stuff like that. And now this, but it's like, somehow it's just like she remembers everything and everybody, I mean, the first time I actually met her was at the Trans March. She comes running to give me a hug, and I was like, it's like she knew me like all my life. It's just like, it's really amazing people to me. Some people might say, yes, I'm the fan club, then whatever, yes, I am.
Groupie.
Anyway, so let's proceed with the topic. The presentation. I don't plan on going through all of it. I mean, because I just wanna make sure whatever anything is understood, because I think doing a lot of research, I mean, not just for this, I've been like 24/7 transgender activist for the past 3 years, so these are also part of my observations.
And look, Brooke, let me tell you, Brooke, I live my life every 24/7 like a woman as always. Take the
I
truth.
know.
Take the truth right now. I live my life like a woman as always.
That's amazing.
I was thinking.
I mean, you know, if I like that too.
You are representing.
I always represent everything also too.
And that is very awesome. That's everyone who
Shit.
everyone who's out. Yeah, those are yours. So little papers. And so I'm going to start. I didn't really actually title it because I knew last week it was like again. So as you can tell, it's not capitals. It's just these terms that some people might not be familiar with them, but it's the same thing. Like a trans prejudice. So you
see,
can.
I did that too on Brooke. I'm tired of people calling me a cross-dresser or a drag queen. I hate that doggone word. I just want to kill some somebody too.
But it is very important for us to have the proper vocabulary, so you're not gonna like, you're not gonna like over there, you know. I see like a lot of people, they lack
Or you know,
the actual words.
that's what they call me a nigga. Nothing wrong with what some young boys call me a nigga, and I smell like that. I stuck my middle finger up at them. They asses too.
We have to be safe. Our safety comes first. Once you're safe, then
It's all on video.
you know, then you know. So trans prejudice is a very term that's going around a lot. So you don't have to just call it, oh, you're a transphobe, you're whatever, you know. Trans misogyny because we are women, you know, and cis sexism, you know, that's because we are trans. And the opposite of trans is cis. Cisgender, transgender. So most people, most activists and writers and whatever have almost agreed. Not completely, but almost agreed that we are hated and feared for challenging and undermining gender norms and the gender binary. The binary means that there's only two. Men and women. Which for me, yes. I mean, that's my case. I am a woman. That's why I put over here internal binary. That one I have not heard about it. I went to Pace University and I spoke to our secretary. That is very amazing. That's actually just like, you know, I never heard about internal binary. Yes, I'm 100% woman. I mean, you might see like, you know, all this thing, what is this? But inside you don't know. I am not gender queer, I'm not, you know, any of that, you know. And, you know, opposite to the binary is the spectrum. Like I say, we have, you know, whatever, gender fuck, gender fluid, gender, you know. There's a lot of people that are just really happy to be called him or her, and that's it. For me, it's like, no, I am a woman first. First I'm a human being and then I'm a woman. And you know, I know it takes a long time, but it's woman of transgender experience. And I know not everybody is a woman. You know, it's like I don't expect anybody to like, I don't care about it. Some people tell me, I don't care about, you know, how they call me, as long as they don't call me sir. You know?
I get that too. I'm a transgender woman, I'm a human being first, and I get that all that from don't you ever.
But that's a lot of ignorance. It's not always evil. It's just people that they never. They were brought up saying that
I look sexy when I go out also too.
all the time. I know you. How long I know you?
For a long time.
Hello. So I mean, but a lot of them they don't know. We have to like just tell them, You know, a lot of people they say, oh, so you're trans. Say, no, I'm a woman of transgender experience. I'm a trans woman because everybody's trans. You know, like for all I know. And you're doing that disservice to me.
No, but won't saying you're trans be even more empowering? Because when I hear a trans, to me, I'm glad you share your opinion, and it was kind of empowering to see that you said, for me, there's only men and women. And then there's the spectrum, and I'm watching you present, and I'm thinking, she's presenting a very sensitive subject of transphobia, but you're expressing phobia towards someone who doesn't want to identify as male or female. And I feel when we do that, it still kind of keeps, you know, it keeps that, it doesn't let us fully branch out.
I mean,
you know?
everyone agrees with Daisy.
I agree with Daisy 100%.
Am I really putting down people that are not?
No. Because for me, there's only man and woman. And then
For me, yeah, because I'm a woman. And I'm into men. So it's like, I can never speak about for gender queer, I can never, people they say like, what is that? I have no idea, honey, I'm a woman. So it's like, and I will never do it because I know what it feels like. When people start talking about transgender women, they don't know nothing. I've been in a dance at City Hall, and it's all cisgender people, and they say, yeah, transgender women, this and that, and they don't let me speak. They speak for me, so I will never do that for anyone. And I don't mean that, you know, by me being a woman, like Janet Mock, you say, your experience does not take away from no one's experience, so be very on it. If you're a woman, you're a woman. If you are genderqueer, genderqueer. If you are, ambivalent, you don't care, you don't care. You know, whatever.
But I feel like when we hear, I hear the community, trans community always saying, she passed, woman. To me, I feel when I say trans, it is so empowering to me because it was a strong journey. It was an amazing accomplishment. So I like to use the word trans as empowering. I like to use it as, you know, when people say, are you a transsexual? I say I am. And I am so proud when I say it that they cannot, they know it doesn't matter what you think of me. I am so proud.
I know.
So if I can have a woman, and they're like, oh, fuck, it's just what I'm trying to.
Well,
you know.
it takes a lot of courage.
Well, here's another thing. Another thing. For me, I say I am a woman of transgender experience.
That's what I say. I don't.
Right, but I understand also what Daisy is saying as well, because it has to be, to identify, you have to have, because if they say, because some people say, okay, we know you're women, but then when it's time to like speak on issues that concerning women, then you say, well, then you got to speak on women. If you say you're women, but if you say I am a trans woman, then you can speak on the topic that deals with. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, womanhood.
So, yeah, no,
Womanhood.
but see, then you can't get mad if women speak for you.
Oh no!
No, but listen what I'm saying. This is what
I just own it, and I.
No, but this is what I'm saying. There has to be okay. We came from somewhere, and so that's where the word trans come in. So we're women of transgender experience. However, if we say, which we know we're women, but if we say just I'm a woman, and then when we have to speak on rights or we have to speak on our needs, then we can't get upset when a woman step into place and say, okay, well, I'm speaking for us. The women cisgender cannot speak for us. Do you get what I'm saying?
Well, they
cannot.
They can speak from the woman.
Exactly.
There are no degrees of
Let me say this: a cisgender woman cannot speak on transgender issues of other women only through speaking of their experience. But if you want to go in a setting where you want to speak for rights for transgender, and you say, well, I'm a woman, I am a woman, just woman, then if a woman get up and speak for you about what they think you need, then how can you say...
It's clearly shaded, point blank.
So how can we call always African American?
Huh?
It's African American.
But we're not talking about
It's
African
African
American.
American.
No,
But the issue is not African
American.
Honey, first of all, you don't know what I am.
No. And then there's African American that
I just make some consideration of time, I just made up an example, right?
But what I'm saying,
I know I'm Mexican and I don't want people to be calling me Mexican all the time.
but what I'm saying
I know I'm
is-
Mexican, I was born Mexican, and I'm still undocumented.
But do you get what I was saying? Do you get what I was saying? Do you get what I was saying? Okay, so what I'm saying is we are women of transgender experience. It doesn't take away that we're women. What it does is that we can speak about our journey as being as trans women. We don't have to go around and say, I'm a trans woman, I'm a trans woman, I'm a trans woman. No, you can say you're a woman. Nobody don't have to know that. But when you're in a setting, it has to be a difference. Because when you're speaking to people, especially speaking on transgender rights, you need to say, listen, I am a woman of transgender experience to separate the cisgender, because listen, ladies, because if you say that, then some women will step in the shoes and speak for you and say something that does not concern you.
Yeah, I mean, being a Mexican, that happens to me several times,
I hope I made myself clear.
About Mexicans, and it's like, oh, I'm Mexican. It's like, oh, okay, that's awkward. And this is like, I mean, it is just they don't have to know right away, right off the bat. Like I say, I'm a
But
human
they
being.
do.
I'm a human being
Because for us, they do. I think if we're gonna empower our trans community, we have to. And I'm saying for
You think I
me,
need to tell
we
them,
have
Tracy?
to. You know what? I don't need to tell them. I don't need.
That's why we're lacking a lot of funding. Let me tell you something. That's why we're lacking a lot of funding. Because a lot of girls feel that I am super satisfied real, but then when issues and they're all alone and nobody knows about their problems because they're so hiding in the gallows about who they are and so paranoid, then when somebody got to have a voice. Somebody got to speak up. Somebody got to say, listen, I am this, I'm proud, and I'm speaking for those who scared to speak, who feels that they're supersonic real, that they don't want to say anything. You have to think these girls too that is saying, listen, we are trans women and we have issues that need to be addressed. But if we all sit back and say, I'm woman, I'm 100% woman,